Okay, 1st of May, and this is the garden diary. Okay, let's see what we got. We have mint. This is Sweet Williams. These are the overwinter dwarf ones. Nothing much in there. I could do a picture of this because this is amazing. It's a climbing hydrangea, and we calculated that it would cover this wall in 10 years. And as you can see, it's, well, pretty much has gone corner to corner on this wall. So, and it's been there 8 years. So, yeah. Right, what have we got here? Candy Tuft, Calendula, Morning Glory hasn't germinated yet. Got some broad beans, they're coming up nicely. This was a, when I was pruning back the dead bits off the clematis, I accidentally cut a bit off. So that's the bit I cut off, so I'm going to see if it will set root. But if it doesn't, well, it's no great loss. But if it does, well, free clematis plant, which would be quite nice. These plants here, the ones that Mum and I bought together to share, of the Daily Mail offer for perennial plants. I think it was doing 30 perennial plants. So we wanted things like lupins, aquilegia, delphiniums, digitalis, you know, cottage garden stuff. So she also wants me to do a cutting from the bay, which I keep forgetting to do, so I need to do that. This is the rose. It's getting attacked by greenfly, but so far it seems to be okay with the black spot. Last year it suffered badly from the black spot. We didn't get many flowers at all, so I'm hoping this year will be better. Now it's not so damp. See, that was the cat going over the fence. Scrabble, 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 meow. Lettuce, I've got cut and come again lettuce growing here. The sage, last year's stocks, which are flowering again. I didn't know they did that, but there we go. That was a cutting that I took from the hydrangea. These were overwintering pansies, but they've had it now, I think. And my chair, very proud of my chair, Andy's chair, and the bench, all made by my fair hands this summer. Pansies, they're doing marvellously, amazing. To do with deadheading, that lot could. Wallflower, that's looking lovely. There's, I think there's a red one at the back there, but you can't really see that. Some summer bulbs planted last year. They're due to come up. They're starting to poke their heads through. And the what's that? Gooseberry. That's the one. Right. What have we got? Then we got the thornless blackberry. Hopefully that will do quite well this year. Then we've got black currant, which is looking lovely. Some tulips and some primroses. There's a hyacinth back there that's just going over. Aquilegia, lots of aquilegia because it grows like a weed in my garden. More flowers, more pansies. Definitely need cutting back. Then these beautiful tulips which we planted last year. We had no clue what colour they were going to be. They were just a bag of bulbs, but some down the back there, and the whole thing looks so pretty. It's lovely. Yeah, beautiful. The apple tree, that's coming along quite nicely, although it could do with a bit of a trim back because it's grown a bit big. My azalea, that's flowering, but the rhododendron isn't, mainly because I think we badly treated it last year, didn't give it enough care and attention in its bud forming months, so we'll try and do better this year. Sweet peas, now these are Kupani variety, which apparently are smelling, they smell absolutely divine, so that would be quite nice. That's the Acer we bought with our voucher from Van Haag, and a rosebush. That one is a beautiful smelling one which we bought from QD. More pansies. Let's have a look what's in the greenhouse. What have we got in here? Oh, it's warm in here. Right. Okay, these, every year I get seeds from the RHS seed collection. So these are the ones that I've got. I deliberately chose some perennials and annuals because I know that then oh, excuse me, I know that then they'll go in the garden, and I know sort of what to do with them, because I didn't want anything that was going to be too adventurous. Otherwise I just don't know what to do with it. Right, now these are climbing French beans. Now they haven't germinated yet. Now those seeds, this is the last year. I bought them about 2 years ago. So I was hoping that they would germinate, but half expecting them not to. So we'll see what happens with those. And these ones are runner beans. Now, again, they're looking really good. Looks like they could do with the water, but yeah, looks like that one's been attacked. What have we got in here? Oh, they're more of the RHS seeds. Oh no, they're not. This is part of the hanging basket mixture, which I got from Aldi. You get a packet of seeds, a hanging basket, a bracket, and you basically, it gives you everything you need to do. Even gives you the soil to put in your hanging basket, and whatchamacallits, slow release fertiliser blocks. But so hanging baskets, so that should be quite good. Lots of these poppies. Mother's Day, my son bought me some lobelia, so that's coming along nicely. Now this is, I think it was called Rosia. Only one's germinated, but apparently they are quite difficult and sometimes take a long time to germinate. But they were seeds that I took from seeds that I got from the RHS and produced plants last year. I collected some seed from them, and they look a bit like sweet pea, so, but they come up earlier than sweet peas, so they look alright. Apart from the fact there's only one of them up. Cosmos, no, they did wonderfully last year. More hanging basket stuff, violas, convolvulus, petunias. Then we've got, oh, this is another collection I bought from another offer. I think it was Gardener's World offer. Collection of perennials, cucumbers. It's the first time I've got them to germinate in here. So geraniums. There's a cutting I took off next door's bush, and a cutting that I took off, and it's a bit pathetic, but it is there, a Virginia creeper. So some more wallflowers, coriander, small sweet peas, another geranium. So that's looking all good. What have we got? Nasturtiums in the buckets. Hopefully they'll do alright. Iris, more tulips. Oh, this is the, let's get it to focus on it at all. So that's the vine. That's looking good. Lots of buds. There's one, that one I bought about 3 years ago. This is its third summer, I think. This one I bought at the end of last summer. And you just about see it there. So that's got lots of nice buds on it as well. So that one So I've got now 2 grapevines which will grow up and over this arch. Alright, what else have we got? Oh, the peony. Now that last year, I've had it in the garden for about at least 8, probably 10 years. No, not quite 10 years. About 8 years. And it's never flowered. And then last year, it produced 1 solitary flower. Now I'm hoping that it's got buds, at least 10, maybe 15 buds on it. So I'm hoping it's going to produce abundance of flowers this summer, which would make me ecstatically happy. Right, we got some dianthus, which got last year. Didn't flower too much last year, but it was quite pretty. And then I took some cuttings off it, which are those, so they're doing alright. Daffodils which are dying back, and some tulips. This is the cherry tree, covered in blossom, which is beautiful, amazing, lovely plant, absolutely brilliant. Need it about twice that size would be quite nice, and try and hold it there. But we didn't get any cherries off it last year, so we're keeping our fingers crossed for this year. Lilies and raspberry. Oh, this plant does amazing on raspberries. Oh, I just caught a nice whiff of something fragrant then. That's quite nice. This is a, what do we call it? Honeysuckle. It's an evergreen honeysuckle, but I've never had any flowers on it. And then this is a Vigla, which I took a cutting of, and I've planted the cutting, and you can see this at the back there, and that's looking quite good. Yep, so hopefully that should add to the splendour. My new compost, Aldi's £10, that was a bit of a bargain I thought, but fun getting it home. As soon as I don't have a big enough boot, I need a 2-seater car and try to get that home. That was fun. My husband will testify to that. Sweet peas, red currant. No, this red currant is absolutely covered. I don't know, saying that, I can't. There we go. Can see that or not, but it's dripping in little sets of flowers. Amazing. So that should be covered in little red berries by the end of the summer. Apple tree, pond, love that pond. That's the sort of size pond I wanted but couldn't afford, and I found this bargain on eBay. This bloke, I mean, these size ponds are about 170, 180 quid, and I can't afford that. So anyway, eBay, £30, bargain, excellent. In fact, I'm not really sure. Yeah, about that. So my fishies have now got a bigger, better home, and it's looking good. And I love the flowers that are growing around it. I had a load of alpines which were in a container by the back door, which I've now got the mint in, and they just didn't do very well. So they've come out here, and now I've put them around this pond. Planted them around the gravel, one there and the other one's here. They've flowered, and it's amazing, absolutely amazing to see them flower. So I'm really happy with this area here. Hydrangea at the back there, cut that right back down because it's just such a large plant. It would come halfway out to the pond, halfway out into the middle of the pond. So it's too big. So I've cut it right back down, and if it survives, it survives. If it doesn't, I'll replace it with another one, because I love hydrangeas, but I've got smaller ones, newer cuttings. But that plant was in the garden when we bought the house, 9 years ago. So clematis and the hawthorn, another beagler, that's a pink one, berberis, and clematis. So we will, I'll just do a quick shot looking back at the house. Oh, this is the fountain. Is since I'm talking about all my bargains today, the fountain was an eBay, Hong Kong, £10, and no power to run. It works when it's sunny. It is battery backup, so it will sort of work on partially cloudy days as well, as long as it's sort of intermittent cloud sun. So, but yeah, it's that's really pretty. Oh, that's the heuchera that Shelley bought for me last summer. So that's looking good. Now the heucheras look like they need some attention. You can't really see it in the shady sun. Yeah, they flowered really well, and I don't know quite what to do with them once they've flowered, because they seem to not be growing back in the same spot, so I don't know whether to cut that bit off or not. So I will have to look that on up and find out. But yeah, so this is a look back at the garden from my compost bin, which yeah, looking nice and pretty. Okay, see you next time.